you know going into this game that they're going to feature the running game a lot, and that might be a more limited role?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was part of the game plan. I mean, we ran the ball really well, and Darnell had a fantastic game, and we won the game. So I was super pumped for Darnell and Spence. Spence came in, played great, and it was a great running game.
Pat, walk us through maybe what happened on that one field goal.
Yeah, I just missed the punch. Definitely a play I want to get back. Just missed my hand. Credit to him. He's really good off the edge. Just dipped under my punch, and I'll get better from it, learn from it, and going after the bye week and go into Cleveland and get it right.
You had a couple of those blocks in the run game. What do you think was different on Sunday that maybe was missing earlier?
Just obviously just the execution of the run game. We were able to run the ball. Anytime you can run the ball, it opens up stuff downfield that played at DK, and we were able to move the ball effectively and efficiently. And so, it was a great game plan, and it was a great execution by all of the offense and defense, and it was great team football.
You guys debuted the tush push too. How much were you guys talking about that in practice and planning for that?
Yeah, we've been working on it, and Connor did a great job, and it was funny watching over the film. Just Connor got the snap, and then Darnell just pushed him forward for a couple of yards. So it was funny, and it was a great play.
How has Connor dealt with maybe not as much playing time as normal for him?
He's been great. He's been making plays on special teams. He had a couple of really big key blocks in this past game, and credit to Connor. He shows up every single day and works, and he's a great guy in the locker room, and he's a hell of a football player, and he's definitely showcasing his skills, and he definitely showcased it on Sunday.
Does it feel like this offense has kind of figured out some things in this last game?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you got to show up every single week, and you got to be able to compete every single week, and be able to execute every single week. And this past week, we were able to execute a lot of things that we wanted to, and so it was a great week for that. And obviously, take the bye week and figure some other things out and be more efficient in certain other areas, and just attack the back part of the season after the bye and in a great mindset.
You guys have used the bye quite a bit to make adjustments, like significant adjustments mid-season, and it's paid dividends in previous seasons. With the bye being so early this week, how do you guys attack that, and knowing that you have such a long road ahead?
Yeah, same thing. Obviously, figure out what we can get better at individually and collectively, and then obviously coming back off the bye, knowing that we have however many weeks for the rest of the season, and take a couple of days and mentally reset for a long season ahead, and it'll be good.
If Calvin's out for a little bit, can the tight ends be part of that solution?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. We have a really diverse tight end room. We have a lot of skill sets, and I think you guys seen that in the past couple of weeks. And obviously, the more opportunity for other guys will be great.
How was the whole Irish experience for you?
It was awesome. A bunch of family out there. It was cool to see American football over there, and the stadium was rocking. It was such a great game day environment. It was definitely probably up there for me, just game day environment, atmospheres, and can't say enough of good things about that experience.
I mean, you've been part of like whiteouts at Penn State too.
Yeah.
Nothing
tops a Penn State whiteout though. But yeah, though that was close. That was close, and it was just definitely a wicked cool experience.
I feel like the defense in this game really just gelled well, and it was kind of the defense we all were expecting. Is that how it felt out there?
Yeah, it's just a whole lot of trust, a whole lot of communication going on. And we understand that the better that we communicate and trust each other, the better that we're going to play. So when you see how we were stopping the run, and then we'll be able to get after the pass, get after the quarterback in the pass situations and stuff, we'll all be able to have fun. So that's just the biggest focus going out there, doing that at practice, emphasizing that at practice, drills, plays at practice, just every single thing that we do, try to master that.
Peyton Wilson, that huge play, getting down to Addison, burned like a minute off the clock. Just how big was that for you guys?
That was huge. He does that every single day at practice with DK. DK will catch a ball, and he'll just try to hawk DK the whole entire time. And he'd be talking to DK while he running. He's like, "You slower than me. I'm gonna catch you and stuff." So, but the dude comes out there and he works every single day like that. So I don't expect nothing less. And that was huge for our team. As you can see, it ran that much time off the clock, gave us a chance, and we was one play away from getting a stop on the goal line at the 1 yard line. So, huge shout out to him for that. You definitely don't see that in today's game. So him being able to go out there from doing that in practice and do that in the game is extremely huge.
Patrick, that's 22 miles an hour he was
Yeah, it's crazy. No, that's crazy. Especially for a linebacker that weighs how much he weighs, which people probably don't realize. Peyton is actually a heavy guy. For him to be able to run that fast as a guy who's already ahead of him and be able to catch him on a short angle, that's not like a true rundown angle. That's extremely incredible.
You guys,
DK in a match race.
I'm gonna take Peyton. I'm gonna take Peyton. I think it'll be a great race. I think DK probably will get him. I'm not gonna let him hear that though. Obviously, he will be pretty pissed if he hear that. But it'll be extremely fun to watch.
Pat, you guys talk a lot about creating splash plays and forcing turnovers, 6 sacks through the first 3 quarters and then 2 turnovers. Is that kind of the mark that you guys are trying to be this season?
Yeah, I think anytime you look at the Steelers defense, it's always about turnovers and big hits, blitzing again to the quarterback, and I think we did a great job of that. I think it's still another level that we could tap into, obviously, but I think it was a pretty good start to getting back to that.
Is there a sense of relief that your defense is finally hitting what you guys expected?
I would say so much as a relief. I think it's more of an expectation that we were supposed to do already. I think it's a standard here, it's a standard in the league that we weren't obtaining or upholding, I could say. And, we just wanted to get back to that. We wanted to get back to having fun. Coming in on meetings and giving up what we was giving up is never fun. So it's kind of feel good to come back to a meeting and have fun.
Jalen Ramsey, sorry.
I was just going to say, what's like for you when you kind of turn around and there's a different combination behind you every time? And do you feel like that's progressing from a communication standpoint?
I think it's just guys buying into the process, just emphasizing it throughout the week in practice, everybody being on the same page. I think anytime we can communicate fast, whether it's right or wrong, and we're all on the same page, we'll be able to go out there and dominate and have fun like we were.
Jalen Ramsey with the hamstring injury. Just how nice is it to have this bye week to hopefully get a guy like that back?
Yeah, that's a guy we need. The things that he can do on the field, line up in different spots, do different things, blitz cover, whatever it may be, he can get in the run game. So it's a guy that we definitely need, and this bye week is going to be huge for that. However much time he needs, he's going to have to take us. We're going to need him down here late in the season. So whenever he does come back, we'll be ready, and we'll definitely love to have him back.
Is it fair to say, like, it seems like a lot of teammates talk about you and your personality and things in the room. Last year you got here, September or August, whatever it was, maybe you were feeling your way around a little bit. Now you feel comfortable here and you feel comfortable with around the guys and being kind of a, affable guy in the room, I guess.
What do you mean by that? No, yeah, I think Latrobe, was awesome this year just to spend time, with the guys. I didn't have that luxury last year. I came in week 1. I think I got here on Tuesday maybe and played on Sunday and didn't know the guys' names. My number 1 priority was learning the playbook. But this year I was able to spend all offseason with the guys. Obviously Latrobe, there's not much to do out there besides hang out with the guys. So, football is a lot more than just X's and O's. It's a relationship game. You got to be able to trust the guy next to you. You got to be able to trust the coaches, and I think that comes with not only playing together but hanging out outside practice, outside the facility, and that's what I felt like this off season I accomplished the most. I got a lot of close friends on the team now. Just spending the nights together in Latrobe, hanging out, talking, getting to know each other outside the game, and then that just builds trust.
What is your relationship like with Aaron? Is it different than other quarterbacks? He seems to bring you up a lot in a fun kind of way.
Yeah, we're good friends. He was nice enough to have a group of us out to his house in Malibu this offseason, and I've always respected him from afar. Not only as a football player but as a guy. And I never knew him personally, but during that trip, me and him bonded. Talked a lot, got to know each other, and it was just one of those things where we kind of became friends, and I'd say we both have a desire, we both love football, and a lot of what we talk about is football, but outside of football, he's a great guy too. So it's been fun getting to know him and just being able to pick his brain and just learn.
Having said what you said about special teams and blocking, you're a trained receiver, so I'm sure you feel like you have more to give in the passing game. Do you sort of feel like, hey, if the opportunities are, let me show them what I can do?
I feel like as a competitor, you obviously want the ball in your hands and things, but I don't think I'm like any other receiver in the league. Like, I truly don't care how many catches I have. I'll still be happy if we win. I want to be in the game on offense because I know what I can bring, but I feel like there's a lot more ways to affect the game than just catching balls. And obviously we have a room with DK and Calvin as our top guys, and if everyone had the same role, what type of team would we have? So I want to be that enforcer. I want to be the guy who can get the run game going in that room, and I play special teams too. Those are kind of the stats I care about, I guess, being a me guy. But I want to just be successful as a team. I don't care who blocks a kick. I don't care who makes a tackle. I just care about winning every single Sunday.
I know you had some family who's from here. Did they ever tell you about Heyward? Did you ever watch him, or do you know about what he did here?
Of course, I know about Heyward. My dad grew up in Connellsville, and my uncle played in the league for a handful of years. So whatever team he was on, I was a fan of. A majority of the time it was Kansas City, but my dad always had Steelers football on every Sunday. So I grew up watching Heyward, and that's kind of the way I was taught how to play football. My dad went to Penn State. We watched a lot of old school Penn State teams. I feel like you play football the right way in Western Pennsylvania. So I grew up watching that, and that's kind of what shaped my game.
Is it replacing Cal if he's out for a little bit? Is that going to be like a collective effort? All you guys together?
That's more of a question for the coaches. I'm just going to do whatever I'm asked to do. So hopefully he's back as soon as we can get him back. He's a hell of a player. He's an even better guy. You guys know him. So I was devastated when he went down, but fortunately, from what I hear, he won't be out too long.
Is there a different technique when you're in that spot than you are? I mean, you play tackle too, so you're a good one to ask. Is it different when you're out there, or is it the same?
It's kind of like the same. I mean, like hitting a double team inside at guard is same on the outside. Honestly, I mean, it's no different. Only problem is just the further you get away from the ball, the less you can hear. So the fans were loud, so it was kind of faint. But A-Rod's pretty good at being loud. So listening to the cadence wasn't much of a challenge.
You gonna catch a pass one of these days? You run a route?
Hopefully. How early on in the installation process did you know that, hey, there might be a game or there might be several games that you'll be playing this role and playing it quite a bit?
Honestly, last week was kind of supposed to be the same kind of thing, but ebbs and flow of the game, you kind of don't. The game plan doesn't always go that way, but it was definitely a focus this week, and obviously we saw it. I didn't think it would be that big of a focus, but it turned out to be.
Do you think you guys might go heavy like that in the future?
I don't know. We'll see. I guess it's game plan by game plan. Every team's different. Every team's run different defenses, but we thought that was a good game plan for the Vikings, and it worked for us.
You tell Darnell he's not the best blocking tight end in the team anymore?
Yeah, yeah. We told him he was jokingly saying you might need to come to individual with the tight ends. I'm like, no, you just need to come with us, because he's essentially one of us. But yeah.
So he on the tush push he pulled
Connors
and then pushed him?
I didn't see it. I had to go in the guard on that play because Isaac's shoe came off, so I was the left guard on that play. But all I felt was just somebody on top of me, and I'm like, who is that? And then I see on film it's Connor, and then we come on the sideline. Darnell was just joking, saying like, yeah, I just picked Connor up and put him over the pile. That's crazy. But yeah, I was in the left guard, so I don't know what happened. It was just a bunch of Hargrave was underneath me, and then it was a bunch of bodies.
There's a lot of chatter. I don't know if it's how much is fun, how much is serious about it. He could be a tackle. Do you actually watch him? That's your job. Does he actually have? He's big and strong.
I think he could be. Just gotta get more of the finesse to the position, because he still wants to run routes at the end of the day. But I think he has the skills and obviously he has the frame to play offensive line. But just more of the mechanics in and out of O-line. I think he could do it for sure.
Apologize if you've been asked this, but your comfort level on the tush push, if you guys have to keep going with that.
Yeah, I'm extremely comfortable in that. We only called it once, but if we were to call it again, I'm ready for that, and it's something that we're just going to keep on building off, I bet.
Art said it's been in the bag for a while. You guys have been practicing it. Does that go back to last season, or was that something you guys really honed in on in training camp this year?
We talked about it in training camp, but we started repping it week 1, and then just started, grooming it up and dressing it up and getting everybody on the same page. And then Coach T asked me if I was ready for it, and I told him I was.
I feel like it's a hard play to stop with Darnell and whoever else is beside you. Just their weight and their ability just to push you forward.
Yeah, I think it's just a hard play to start and stop in general, and then with Darnell and KG, who's ran it in Philly, which helps. So they know what it takes, and Isaac Samala knows what to do. He wasn't in on that, but he's familiar with the tush push, and we've repped it enough so everybody up front is as well.
Were you ready for it if they called it? I think you guys punted at the end of the game instead of going for it. Was there any discussion about be ready or anything like that?
Yeah, I think there was like technical difficulties going on with the helmet, but we just got up to the ball and we tried to get them to jump off sides, and then we ended up having to call a timeout.
Oh, so you think you guys might have run that again if you guys didn't have some?
I don't know, honestly. His helmet went blank, and so we just all lined up and tried to free snap them.
Aaron's did.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Connor, just overall, what was the experience like over in Ireland?
Really cool. Just being able to go out there, and then get to meet the people out there, but also just, see all what Ireland had to offer as well as the experience for the game. It was really cool.
Yeah, you had a lot of opportunities in this game, too. Just how do you feel you did personally, if you self-scout yourself a little bit?
I feel like I did good. Obviously, room for improvement, but, that goes for everybody. I think we did a good job, and, we're on the right note going into the bye.